Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's tea leaf reading, general messages. We have 2 cups as usual to choose between. Cup 1 is the bracelet that says good vibes and cup 2 is the star. I am going to get straight into the cups today, so I will see you at yours. Hello cup 1, you chose the bracelet that says good vibes. I'm hearing cup 1 that you're getting back what you gave. There's something here about you getting back what you gave, and it's connected to some justice. So there is a strong justice energy coming forward before I even turn the cup over. And also this sense of wrongs being made right, okay? And I also have Leo energy. You don't have to be a Leo, but it's showing me that there's something to do with strength, okay? And I'm seeing that you are going to be getting stronger, and you're also stronger than what you think and perceive currently, okay? Let's take a look at your cup. Okay. We have the letter I. We have a number 9. Number 9 I'm seeing is connected to an energy of completion, though it's at the cusp of completion, okay? And I'm being drawn to 9 of Pentacles and 9 of Swords in the tarot, as though you're going from 9 of Swords to 9 of Pentacles, okay? So certainly we can have air signs, earth sign energy, okay? But it doesn't have to just be about that. Take it as it resonates. It's more so going from this sense of feeling that you lost to gaining. And I hear that you're going to realize you never really lost in the first place. There's certainly a sense of a hidden blessing here regards to a particular situation. And when I look at the number 9 again, there's also an image coming forward to me of a person. Their head and their arm is reaching out, and they're showing some type of power here. There is some type of magic. And when I look across, there's an image of a person. They have their arms in the air, their head, and there's their body, and it's almost as though they're defenseless. They can't resist, they can't escape this person who has their arm reached out, okay? And I see that this is showing me taking back your power, okay? And also you getting back what you gave. So I see here for you, cup 1, that it's very much so an energy of restoration and an energy of boundaries, setting boundaries, and this involves calling back your power. And it connects to one person in particular for some of you, as I'm seeing this in the cup. And it's also going to show to you just how powerful you are. I see that right beside that there is a moth, okay? So moths can be significant. There's something about what's yes, done in the dark comes to light, but it's not only that. There's something here about having gone through the dark, right? Some of you may be a night owl, you know, you're more creative at night. There's something about moth energy, okay? This can, of course, connect to a deity, a particular god, goddess also, okay? I'm not being drawn to one in particular. But also it's a sign when you see these moths that it's a sign that your power is coming back to you, because there's transformation. But again, it's like this alchemy, you know, from dark to light with this moth energy that I'm seeing. And right here we have a keyhole, okay? And we have like 3 leaves around, 3 tea leaf. So I see that there is importance of achieving something here within 3 months. 3 can also be significant, of course, 333. But 3 months, something is going to be yours, cup 1. And it connects to a goal with the keyhole being there. And also, yes, this can be to do with home, okay, and moving. You overcame a lot of adversity, Cup 1. And that's what you're now going to see. You're going to see that you made it, right? In the way that that symbolizes that for you. You're going to make it on your terms. It's on your terms now. And it's going to continue to be that way. There was some kind of divide, some kind of division I see here. You decided to separate yourself from a certain belief, place, person, certainly a person with that taking back your power. Okay. And I also see that you're going to be reconstructing parts of your life that have been overdue. And there's going to be help with that. And it's because you took this different path. That's what I hear. You took a different path. You decided to go your way. There's something to do with a doorway and an arch, okay? Down here we have like an arch, a passage, a doorway. And I see that this represents a couple of things. This is to do with changing in timelines, changing in paradigms, okay, changing realities. But it also connects to this sense of reconstructing. So this tells me you're opening up something new. A new way of thinking, a new way of feeling, being, and living. And I also see that this can connect to a home. And I see that this is a vine going up here. So vines can be significant. Some of you will have a vine in the home that I see for you here. And it also represents protection. An ivy can be significant. We have the letter B. It also resembles a 9 when I see it, look at it the other way. So 9 is definitely coming through as a strong energy. I see the face of a person here, and they have what looks like some type of sword, some kind of protective armor, tool of some kind, and they're kind of looking downwards. So I see that this represents a protection from above. And we have here, as I see it, this is some type of ancient animal. Have dragon energy, though it's not specifically that, but it's something that is close to that type of animal, that type of ancient animal, folkloric animal here. And as we move across, we can see that there is someone carrying a load here, carrying their things. It's like you're being uplifted so that you can move forward with much more ease. And you will experience a load being taken off your shoulders as well, cup 1. I'm seeing that horses can be significant, okay? And I see that this is representing some kind of good luck. It's good energy, and also about vitality, and you having vitality, getting back your vitality. And this also connects to that offloading, right? Offloading a load that doesn't belong to you. It wasn't yours in the first place, is what I'm hearing, and goes back to this making wrongs right, taking back your power. And we have a face here. This face is happy, glowy. I see this as an energy of someone who is starting to see their value, their worth. I hear the proof is in the pudding. You get what you see. This is the type of character I have coming from this happy face. And I hear, you won't take my happiness. If I'm unhappy, then that's me doing me and the way I'm doing things, but you won't take my happiness. I'll exhaust all avenues and options before I let that happen. This is just going back to that taking back your power. And here we have what looks like an umbrella, but it's an umbrella that is down, it's not open, and also it's closer to that of like a parasol. You know, it's a big one, the one you put on a picnic table to have shade. And for some reason, I get travel energy connected to this umbrella, this folded down umbrella. And picnic, yes, picnic energy, being in nature. And we know that when we have umbrellas, you know, umbrellas is meant to keep the rain out, right? They're meant to keep the rain out, or the shade if it's a parasol, you know, an umbrella for the warmer weather. And the fact that it's down, it tells me that there's this sense of you being able to relax, not having to be on guard, like having to constantly have your umbrella up. And it's not to say that's because you'll think, oh, I don't need protection. It's not that. It's to do with this energy of having your guard up, like I'm constantly, just in case it rains today, just in case it's too hot, having to carry that extra defensiveness around with you. I'm seeing a beaver in your cup, and there's also a lobster down here as well. I see that this beaver is representing this sense of endurance. And again, that reconstructing energy. We know that beavers are excellent at building their dams, right? They build their dams. So a couple of things about that. This represents the boundary energy, okay? This represents, yes, the reconstructing, and also that sense of getting there, like you are getting there, okay, and not to give up. Having the endurance of a beaver, okay, so beaver energy. And it may also hold some significance for you regards to your culture or heritage, okay. You may also live in an area, part of the world where there are beaver, like local beavers are local to you, okay. And also by rivers. And I also see that some of you will actually come across a dam, you will come across a beaver. That is going to be your sign that this is approaching and shifting and changing for you. And it doesn't have to just be in the material world. This can be in a book, this could be in an image, a film. And you're going to think, oh, how particular, because you weren't expecting that. That's how you'll know. So touching on this lobster, okay, I see that this lobster also has something in its pincers, okay, and I do see that for many of you this is to do with having money, and I hear gold, okay, so certainly there's this sense of having some type of finances here, and having well, I hear actually a lucky dip, so there's something about a lucky dip, and you kind of striking the winning streak, being on a winning streak. And I have to say, this is something in some instances that is owed to you, okay? You're actually going to kind of have more than enough at one particular moment in time, because some of it is about what you're owed, okay? That will be for everyone, but it is for many, as well as your money is going to be improving. Especially with the beaver energy, like how they build their dams, like they're stacking, right? So it's like this sense of stacking money. And even if that dam, you know, gets pushed away by the river, there's a strong current, the beavers rebuild, they just rebuild again. And this is what you have. You have this quality, you have this about you. You'll rebuild, you'll have it, you'll get it again, you'll manifest it. You won't be defeated. Yeah, and we also have a seahorse right here. So some of you, you may have water placements as well, that's coming forward. Something about how money can flow to you easily. And if you felt blocked, as I say, I saw that division earlier, that, you know, and the breaking away. So that blockage, right, where there's been delays or it's interfered with how you make your money and have your finances and wealth, that's shifting and changing, because you do flow like water. And you don't have to be a water sign and have, you know, water sign placements, but it's the embodiment of that and working with water spirits. And also the seahorse is representing good news. Good news is on its way to you. For some of you from overseas, okay, okay, let's see your plate. I hear taking out the trash, taking out the rubbish, cleaning up the rubbish. So the energy from your plate is that you're clearing up, you're clearing out, cleaning. You can literally be cleaning before you watch this video, after this video, during, okay, and even the trash can be sitting there like ready to go out. And I see that this is connecting back to the cup and that sense of offloading. Yeah, you have a heart here too. There's a heart and a sea up here. Again, it's an animal that it's the similar family of the horse. Like this could be a donkey, a camel. It's those kind of animals that carry loads for people. Again, there's that energy coming forward. Like, yes, you know, people will put things on their horse, like in the old times, you know, the camel to help them travel to places. So there's certainly nomad energy as well. You may be a nomad. You're going to be a nomad in some way, okay? And again, that travel. But it's really to do with the help and having your load carried. Being taken, being carried away, taken away. Whichever way it is, right? Burdens, offloading them. Okay, that was your reading, Cup 1. I hope you enjoyed that today, and I'll see you very soon for another one, okay? Bye for now. Hello, Cup 2. You chose the star. Let's see your cup. Interesting. I keep hearing Jack in a Box. Something to do with Jack in a Box. There's some tea there. Some of you may have had a Jack in a Box in your childhood. You may have one in the home currently, but it's given me this energy of surprise, okay? Unexpected surprise. I do have energy here of an unexpected visitor, visits coming to see you, okay? Not planned. You have very busy energy. There's lots of stuff going on, and I'm being like more drawn to current energy. It's as though there's this sense of there's a period where a lot of plans, expected and unexpected, are kind of unfolding simultaneously. There's lots of changes going on here, okay? And I do see that it's for the better, it's positive, okay? This is a positive sense of being busy. I see here that there is a person, they're studying, they're working with something, they're learning, okay? So there's indication here of higher learning, okay? Some type of training. I hear that you are going to do very well when it comes to higher learning, training, working with particular tools. And I see that people are very interested in what you're doing. We have a dog, or face of a dog here, and we have another face here, though I see they are animals. So the dog is telling me that there's happy energy when it comes to social circles, social settings, including family, but particularly social settings. And I see that you have a trustworthy energy that's around you as well. For many of you, this is a friend that's to come, okay? But there's a general sense as well, as I say, like social settings, as though, you know, you're in the right places for you that are elevating you. So there's certainly a sense of elevation here as well. And for many of you, it's coming through this sense of higher education and training, right? Even retraining is what I hear as well. It can be you're kind of refreshing, right? The skills you already have. And it's having a positive impact on your life because, again, that energy of change. Something I have here for cup 2 is that, yes, I want the change. You know, you have the star. It's like the shooting star, you know, that sense of wishing. I wish things would change. I wish for things to be different. Well, you're going to have that. And also I'm hearing, oh, I wish I'd done things differently. But the thing is here, it's all led you to where you are now. And that's been what has been right for you according to your path. I see here we have a big V, but also it gives me the energy of a wishbone, like with the 2 sticks either side, confirming that wish energy. You may have thought a wish was lost, cup 2, but it's not. It's coming back around. I see that there is a person down here and they're holding a heart, okay, and then there's someone, a smaller person. I hear that there's going to be an offer of love that is going to find you, okay? Now, there's a couple of things about that. Yes, there's this offer of love that's going to find you, and it's coming through that way because with the other energy being smaller, like it's just a smaller image in the cup is what I mean, but in energetic terms, that's how I'm picking it up as well. It represents something. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, it definitely does. But It's also this sense of you not expecting it, and it's drawn me back to the Jack in the Box. So this offer of love, you know, and when I say offer of love, it's telling me that it's genuine, right? There's someone who genuinely wants to offer romance, love, a heart, you know, I'm seeing a heart, they're holding and reaching out with that to you, and it's unexpected, like this Jack in the Box. Now, the other part of this is that I'm seeing this person is already in your life, okay? It's not negative, this is not an ex, this is something that hasn't had an opportunity to grow yet. And it also tells me this can be just about to happen, this is very close. And again, it's unexpected. I don't see it something you, the viewer, is considering, and you're busy. Your life is busy. But this is going to show up. And I also see that there are two ducks here, though one is like the big duck and one is a little duck. So ducks can be significant, okay? That will be a sign for you when this love offer, okay, this Jack in a Box is showing up in your life, okay? And I also see a cat there. The cat is watching these two ducks. So some of you may have a cat, you're going to have one. It also represents protection though, because this cat is, you know, looking over, overlooking this duck. You know, it can be mama duck and its baby duck, duckling. The cat is looking and protecting them, okay? So this also tells me that you are protected in your home as well, okay? Because mama duck, duckling, it's family, right? And it doesn't mean you have to have children, things like that. It's just this sense of, well, this is my home, right? When we think of a home, we're like, this is where we need to be safe. It's where we should be safe. And you'll also notice, you'll also notice cats showing up more, okay? And some of you may also have a connection here, especially to cats when it comes to, you know, the spirit realm and this type of thing, the deities that are connected to cats, okay? I see that there is a snake here. Also one here, looks like there's two. But it's interesting how they're not facing each other. They're both also kind of peering out. Like this one's kind of popping out of some foliage and this one is kind of coming out. Interesting. I see cup 2, you're going to have a confirmation in regards to your intuition. And actually what I'm hearing is like double-headed. So this can be to do with, again, a deity, a god or goddess, like a double-headed snake. I don't know, something to do with that. This has a connection, okay? I don't know what deity that is, but I just have this energy of like double-headed. But it also is telling me like you're able to see, like as if you have two sets of eyes, right? We say that when someone can like see beyond, they can see things like, oh, it's like you have two sets of eyes. So I'm seeing that's what it also represents. And snakes, you know, they also are about wisdom, okay? They're also about wisdom, of course, depending on context, but that's what I have. So you're going to be proved right here about something that has been going on in the background. I see here a home with a chimney, like there's smoke coming out, okay? But this tells me a couple of things. There's this saying, like there's no smoke without fire. It's drawn me back to that energy of, you know, having two sets of eyes. Eyes in the back of my head, that's it. Eyes in the back of my head. And another thing about that is it's also protection, right? Because it's like your guides, your spirit team, who you believe in, they've got their eyes looking out for you as well. And when I see this home, this chimney with the smoke coming out, It's telling me that, you know, there's also like a cleansing going on, and things are going to become clearer. It's going to be moving out of the way. Like this smoke will clear, the fog will clear, because I'm seeing that whatever has kept that fire going, right, for the chimney, the smoke to be coming out the chimney, it's going to come to an end. It's going to come to an end. And though of course this can be about homes with chimneys, you know, this significance around that can be to connect to the reading. You know, you have a home with a chimney, you have a fire and a hearth, and also that you're going to have a home with a chimney, okay? And you'll be able to have a hearth and a fireplace. There's power that comes from the hearth. It represents protection, okay? So, oh. Okay. I see that there's a person inside of this foliage, these other leaves, and popping up is a turtle. And there's also a fish. There's something to do with a cocoon energy. Yes, protective energy, but it's like a cocoon energy, almost as though this sense of I'm deciding to do what I need to do for me, and in order to achieve that it requires this sense of being in a cocoon. But it's not cut off, and it's not like a hermit mode. It's just doing things that serve you, right? You, the viewer, for your highest good, and protecting what's yours. And I keep hitting the cup. That's so... yeah. The fish we know to represent, you know, money and finances. Though for some reason I do also have that it's about wisdom. The fish, the turtle, these animals we can find in the ocean, in the waters. We also have another animal here. It does also look very similar to a dog, though it's got a specific body shape. Actually, it's similar to iguana, but the bigger one, is it a dragon lizard? Komodo dragon, yes. Komodo dragon. That's what I see. And the energy that I have from that is there's something to do with good luck. This can also have a cultural and also a spiritual, well, certainly a spiritual element, yes. But there's something to do with it representing good luck. And also another thing about that is when I've seen this Komodo dragon, they can actually run quite fast. So they're not to be they're not to be taken as docile, right? They can move pretty quick. So I see that this represents your energy collective, okay? That, you know, you can be quick to act. Looks can be deceiving to a degree here. Like, you know how to go and advocate for yourself, and you will. So it's also representing that, this Komodo dragon. And of course, parts of the world where Komodo dragons are can be significant here as well, okay? Right, let's see your plate. It's almost like a cross here. Look at that. So, of course, this represents protection energy, right? But also crossroads, okay? Crossroads, and I'm seeing that currently, the current energy, you can be finding your way here, okay? You can be at that crossroads point. Yes, there's all these changes happening, and ultimately, it is going to be taking you on a different path, right? On a different path. You're changing direction. So that's what this crossroads is representing. So you may have recently been at a crossroads. As I say, currently, this can also be ahead, right? But we've seen in the cup that there's all these changes coming in. And for many of you, it's simultaneously like these quick, you know, this busyness and this higher learning, okay? And it's leading you towards your fulfillment. And also, when I say cross for protection, it also embodies that energy of other types of symbols. It's not just about a cross here, okay? It's this energy of symbolism and it holding protection. And certainly there's blessed energy here, okay? And also, for some of you, you may work with crossroads energy, okay? Again, this kind of threshold energy, right? Being between worlds, the crossroads. You may work with that energy. This again may be connected to you culturally and your heritage, okay? Very powerful, that I know, okay? And also there is something to do with 2, okay? I do have, it's more of a timing, energy of between the next 2 weeks to 2 months is significant in some way, especially when it comes to this crossroad energy for you, okay? All right, that's what I have for you, Cup 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading today, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye for now.